How diddly do? How are you? This is episode 54, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't look before we started this. But since it is episode 54, and only episode 54, if there's anything you would like for us to talk about on any of the episodes, please feel free to DM us on any of our socials or join our Discord, or hell, you can hop on. You can fucking come on here if you want.
Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Episode 98. We're really excited to have you here.
54.
If you can, please, follow, like, subscribe, poke us, favorite us, top 8, like us, subscribe. And if you don't, we'll kill you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello there.
Hi.
The angel from my nightmare. The shadow in the background of the morgue. I'm John.
I'm the other guy.
That's the other guy. This is episode 54 of RealityScream. Damn it, Michael. But I realized last episode that we did with our friend, your friend, my hero, Zach Carlisle. You didn't burp a single time when we started recording, and I'm so proud of you.
It's true.
And we did an episode 3 times the length of our normal episodes nowadays.
Yeah.
So that is a big accomplishment for you. I'm so proud of you for not burping,
Yes.
for not being so gassy.
Go check out that episode.
Go check out that episode. Episode 53 was a big episode for us. I don't know if I really got to say it, but I loved and still love Between Hope and Faith. They were the first local band I got into down in Memphis, and so for us to have Zach on was a huge honor. So thank you again, Zach, if you're watching this. And you guys were friends. That's cool and all.
A bunch of guys
It's a bunch of
from
dudes.
the old scene did
Yeah.
see the video and they liked it. So we'll probably end up having more people on here to talk about that, great time in our life. And also last week we recorded an episode with the Bebop podcast. Go check that out. We'll have a link below. I will make sure I put a link for it. Go check that out. Awesome time. We had a great time. Thank you guys for inviting us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah, Mike and I went over to the Bebop Studios and sat on that lawn couch. And there were 6 of us on that episode. It was a bit chaotic. It was definitely a different flow, different entirely from what we do here at RealityScream, but we had a blast. I personally did. I was blasted as I was having a blast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right all up in there.
I really liked the questions that we did. I liked everyone's answers. Go check it out, guys.
Yeah, and it was surprisingly the most comfortable casting couch I've ever been on. So,
And he's been on many.
I've been on a lot.
I don't know if you know. Well, you were probably in your own conversation too, but I didn't know how to sit on that couch, so I just kept on adjusting my back and readjust constantly throughout the entire thing. Or at least I felt like I was.
Didn't notice. I didn't notice.
Yeah, you're on the other side.
It's probably micro movements. That's probably what it was. No, when I watch the videos, I don't notice.
Oh well, probably because you're only focused on you.
That's right. Oh, dude.
That's fair. That's fair.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Episode 5800.
54.
Man, we've been here for too long. I think it's about time we retire.
Wow. If that's how you feel. I mean, I can't persuade you otherwise.
Maybe maybe go settle in Hawaii. Get a nice.
We've
place.
made that much money. Apparently,
That's it. We're done.
I thought we were in the negative, but apparently we're making money to retire in Hawaii. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 still. I updated it to the PS5 version, the update that just came out.
Yes.
I hope that came through on the mic. The computer screen went off. I
Still
hope
recording.
Beautiful. I hope that came through the mic. But yeah, the updated PS5 version of Fallout 4, it is so pretty. It is so good to be in that wasteland. I tell you what. And
I love it.
the only other news I have in John Land, that I can think of at least, is yesterday.
Okay.
The artist pre-sale tickets for Childish Gambino went on sale. Childish Gambino's coming to Detroit in August.
Childish
Gambino, Mr. Donald Glover,
Okay.
who, if you do not know,
Danny Glover. He was great in Predator 2.
he is not Danny Glover. He's not related to Danny Glover either.
Oh, okay.
I love Donald Glover as a comedian, as an actor, producer, musician, all of the above. I love him. So I am ecstatic that I'm going to get to go see him finally.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be
That'd
awesome.
Cool.
He's going to be at Little Caesars Arena.
We also talked more about
We'll be out here.
our big family trip.
Yes.
to Ireland. I'm excited about that.
About a year from now, the family is going to the homeland. We're
That's
going
right.
to Ireland.
We're going to the homeland,
To
man.
the homeland, which, but that is another thing. I'm giving you no time to talk right now.
It's okay.
But Katie and then I did too are doing ancestry.com because they had to
Yeah.
sell. So I went up different branches in my tree. First of all, it's all southern for the longest fucking time,
Yeah.
which I thought there'd be something fun. Nope.
Right.
We went from Texas to Tennessee. I think we were like in there for a long time. There's one branch that went up to actually there's a branch that's from Michigan
Yeah.
and then it came from Vermont/New York. But I went to like 16 to 1500s before I finally left. That doesn't make sense now that I think about it. I don't know how many years I went by. I went to the 1600s maybe.
Yeah.
1776. So I don't know how that tracks. Do I have Indian in my? I don't
You
think
might.
so. I
A
don't
lot
think.
of us do.
I doubt I have Native. Look at me. I doubt I have Native American
You're
in
from
me.
Texas, though. You might have
True.
some the
True.
other Indian,
But
like Mayans and stuff in you.
oh, like South
Mayan and
American.
Incans. And
Oh, that'd be
stuff
cool.
Like that.
That'd be cool.
Huh?
But anyway, it took me forever for my family to get from somewhere else, and then
Yeah.
I'm from England or Germany
Of course.
or Scotland. I
Okay.
was looking for Ireland.
There you go. Scotland, Ireland. Hey, works, right?
Bitch, you're part French and Canadian.
We don't talk about that.
When I found out, I was like, I go,
We don't
honey.
talk about that.
I go, honey, you're Canadian? You're part French? I was like, she goes, August is too. I'm like, my boy is part
Hold on,
Canadian
hold on.
/ French? What?
Hold on.
Obviously, I'm joking. I don't care.
She's French. Maybe I'm not.
Sacre bleu. Yeah, that is true. But
Well, no.
I'm pretty sure that's
mom's
not-
French.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's your
Yeah,
mom.
Mom's French. Yeah. So, damn it. That's all right. We got some Irish.
Janet,
we got
I
some
love
Native
you.
American. We've got some French.
We hear.
African American.
We hear. Well,
For my brother and I, we got everything. We're just a melting pot.
what percentage is that again? I think you should get your
It's very
ancestry.
small. I
Just
don't wanna
like
do
me.
that. It's expensive. I don't want to do that.
Well, they for ancestry they had like a 2-parter special thing where you could do like the family tree thing online, find potential relatives, and then they have the actual sample thing that they send you for you to send back in. But this package was like $40.
That was it.
That was it. It was until
Oh.
Mother's Day, so it's past.
Oh, well, I'll see if there's like maybe a coupon or something. I don't
Yeah,
know,
there you go.
Like a Groupon.
Yeah. Hey, let's get a group on. We can all go find out where we're from. That's number 2. This is episode
right.
54.
This is going to be great.
Might's gas waits for no one.
Can't wait. We've got some Am I the Asshole to talk about.
Are we jumping
a
right
little
into
bit
that?
later on, but
Okay.
I got back into Diablo 4.
Got back into the devil. Okay. That dirty,
Brand
dirty.
new season. They redid everything.
You got back into that dirty, dirty devil
The
dick.
dirty devil dick, and
New-
this time I feel like I'm not being bent over.
Our first RealityScream shirt will be dirty, dirty devil dick. Bling!
That's right.
Image will pop up right here.
It's gonna be the remake of the Pick of Destiny.
It's
But-
the dick. Oh, destiny, child. You know it will be rotten because it's fucking insane. It's the dick. Oh, destiny, child. And you know it will be
John's
groovy.
gonna be singing the whole thing. I'm just gonna be the back.
Because I'll be
I'm
on
gonna be
moving.
like Kyle. I'm just glad to be here.
Hey, Kyle Gass is very talented.
I love Kyle. But
Diablo 4.
Diablo
That dirty,
4,
dirty devil dick.
really fun, guys. If you're like me and you rage quit Diablo because you're tired of the bullshit, go back. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's what it's supposed to be at launch. I recommend that. I'm still playing Fallout 76.
Mhm.
I play 4 occasionally, but it's been 76 mostly. That's been a lot of fun.
All for me all day.
I got into a new hobby. Steelbook 4K collecting.
Really?
Yes, I'll have to.
I can
show
see
you-
that for you.
I'll have to show you the stuff I got. But there's this company called Mondo,
Mondo.
and they team up with companies like Disney or Warner Brothers or like comic book companies like Marvel,
Yeah.
and they'll do like special covers and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
So I have some of those Blu-rays. I think I'm going to start going for all those, but they're expensive. But
Yeah, I heard the steelbooks are
whatever.
pretty pricey.
Yeah. So I was showing Nick because Nick's the one that gave me the idea because I saw his collection at his house, or
Yeah.
his apartment.
And we were
And
waiting on him.
I was like, oh my god, they make those? This is amazing. So I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm doing that.
Fun little jab I just did.
Fun little what?
Not to point it out. I just said a fun little jab I just did. You're like, yeah, I saw it at Nick's house. I go, yeah, when we were waiting on him.
That's true. The hell, man.
No, I think he had to do some grocery shopping.
Man, they got a great crew over there.
Oh yeah,
They got a great crew.
that's another thing. It's like
Um,
chaotic because like you have, I'm assuming Wes and Matt shouting.
yeah,
They didn't really shout, but like giving direction and
passion. They got a lot of
also yeah.
passion. You know?
Like I said, it was chaotic. It was definitely a
Yeah,
different uh, flow than what we've got
yeah,
here, but it
yeah.
was a lot of fun. It
It was
was
a lot of fun.
yeah, but also it was just friends hanging out though too.
Yeah,
Because I mean, we know Nick and Jalir and Mike obviously, and we met
yeah.
Antonio for the first time, and he's very lovely,
Wonderful human being.
wonderful human being.
Yeah.
He still can't believe that you don't know who Selena is. We talked about it, not really, but I wanted to jab at you.
My bad. Um, yeah, I thought with 6 people, because I've seen their podcast before.
Of course,
And
yeah.
I love their podcast. But I always thought with like 6 people, that's a little too much. But it works. It works great. And
Yeah,
who was it? Matt, the one that's doing the cameras. Is that his
I
name?
can't. So forgive me if either of you guys are watching
Matt?
this, but it was either Matt or Wes. I think Matt is the one that kept on popping up on Mike as well.
Okay, and then Wes, both wonderful human
Yeah.
beings.
Both had a great time.
I also met we also met Eric, the
Oh, I know him.
wonderful head of hair.
Yeah, I
Um,
know Eric. What's up, Boo? If you see this,
So it was great seeing those guys and
Days.
hanging out and eating some food and
yeah, I had some pizza,
shouting at each other. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We talked about
some fun topics.
yeah. So one of the topics was, um, you know, a director to direct a movie that was made by another director.
Yeah,
So
and I feel like that was.
I came from a different, because you guys were talking about like what would be a good tandem, which were all great points that y'all made.
Yeah,
I went more for what terrible movies would be better if they were done by different directors.
oh, like if a
So-
terrible movie would have been
yeah.
done. Okay,
Yeah, so like my
to improve
was,
it, not
House
make it
of
different.
Gucci and Napoleon more recently.
Yeah,
I was like Scorsese and Christopher Nolan. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm trying to fix movies over here, but you all had some great ideas.
look. So
though.
mine both of mine. I didn't think about. I didn't think about the answers to that question at all before the episode. I only thought about the other question. By the way, again, go watch the episode. We don't want to. I mean, we can talk about it. Obviously, this is our fucking podcast, but but
Yeah,
and we can talk about our answers. But the two questions were, what director doing somebody else's movie, and then the other one was like what mascot for each gaming system, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
the
focused more on
mascot.
that one before the episode started, but my two answers were um, if Quentin Tarantino directed Star Wars, more focused on Revenge of the Sith, because I felt like he would have given Mace Windu a much better story, much better path, and he wouldn't have fallen out of a freaking
no,
window
you wouldn't have.
to Senator slash Anakin.
Yeah,
And they're like, yeah, he'd be using a different language
Yeah,
than he
there's-
did for sure.
the funny thing is, Mace Windu is my all-time favorite.
Oh,
character
I mean,
from
come
Star
on.
Wars.
He's got a fucking
All time.
purple lightsaber.
Purple lightsaber. He's very stoic, and he's arguably just as powerful, if not more powerful, than Yoda. And
And
has
Samuel-
been confirmed.
And it's Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, come
And it's
on.
Samuel
The
L.
dude
Jackson.
is a legend.
And he was
Iconic.
just about 2 seconds away from killing Palpatine.
He was.
So
And he should have.
my whole thing is, and this is why a lot of times I tell kids, not the kids I work with, don't bring it up at work, because I get
Don't bring up Star
I
Wars?
get upset.
About Star Wars?
I get angry. Yes, because the way they did that, dude,
Don't
they
see my
could have.
arm.
Man, they could have easily. Episode 7, we had a good start. We had a good start
Yeah,
with
we had
episode 7.
The Force Awakens?
Ray was
Yep.
a little too much plot armor, but still could have bounced back. It
Still,
still could have been
it
great.
was great.
And I love Daisy Ridley. She's a good actress.
Yeah.
So they could have saved it. I mean, and my thing is, and this is my idea, and I always bring it up, and I'm always
Mhm.
passionate about it.
Of course.
You have Finn, which was a great character in episode
Great.
7, completely obliterated in 8 and 9 for no reason whatsoever. He took a back seat, and I'm very angry about that. He easily, I mean, look, you have the new order, and they don't hire clones, they hire anybody that wants to enlist, right? I mean, the whole thing, you could have done something like Mace Windu got his hands chopped off, got pushed out the window, right? He's going into hiding because of Order 66. He meets a woman, they fall in love, he gets married, they have a kid. Finn.
Wait a minute. Are you still in a. This is not gonna be funny, but a little bit from the Secret Invasion because he went and
Well, yeah,
he
sure.
wiped up that
Samuel is always hiding from
he
something.
wiped
Anyways,
up a scroll. You know.
well, he gets married. They have Finn. He
Mm-hmm.
finds out that his son has the Force with him. It's very in touch with the
Midichlorians,
Force.
yeah.
So he starts training them. Right. Then Commander Phasma, the character they did nothing with, she just shows
He
up
was
and
so
goes,
hyped up.
"Look at my character, dude. Look at my armor. I'm all chrome."
Not to mention she's a
Um,
badass in Game of Thrones.
maybe she
The
showed up
actress is.
and killed Windu. Right. So now to
Ooh,
get
Finn
revenge,
has to get
he joins
revenge.
to get back at her.
Ooh.
But then, as you see in episode 7, um, what's his name? Adam Driver's character,
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, finds out about him, so he gets left behind on that planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he left for dead or whatever. And then that's when Rey and him run into each other. So why couldn't that be the answer?
That would have been pretty cool.
Maybe we don't get Mace Windu back, but we get a nice little bow at the end of his story, so we know what the hell happened. We get some flashbacks with bro. It could have saved episode 8, and then we would have been on a better path.
Not to mention how, and I know this wasn't in episode 9, how dumb the way that Luke died. I know I worded that very
Right?
terribly, but how stupid it was how he died.
Yeah, and Mark Hamill didn't like it either.
I know.
He was shit talking it the whole
I
time.
love Mark Hamill, and
Yeah.
he did not care for that.
He
at all.
didn't hold back.
As if I'm like some Mark Hamill stan or
He
something like that.
didn't hold back. He was like, it was absolutely ridiculous. You're talking about the greatest Jedi,
He was,
most
"That's not
powerful
Luke."
Jedi of all time. That's not
He's
Luke.
like, that's not Luke Skywalker. Come
That's
on,
not-
man.
That's what I'm saying. You just evaporate.
I mean, and you want to
We've
talk
seen
about
that already.
now that we're on the topic. Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, you want to talk about the Jedi that got us all into it.
The Jedi.
Because I remember being introduced to the original trilogy when I was young, before the prequels came out. Because of course it was out before you and I were born, but like I remember watching it. Had to have been 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And remembering
When we were
watching
young.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and loving it.
So before Disney took
Footnote.
over
I just
Star
remembered. I
Wars-
just remembered something. I'm gonna type it up. Continue.
before Disney bought Star Wars, there were a bunch of books that George Lucas commissioned to be made, right? And there was a ton of incredible stories. And one of the stories that George Lucas made canon was the story of Luke killing the Emperor and then him becoming the Emperor in order to keep this, the plan, the government or whatever, the empire from collapsing, and then just millions of people, innocent people dying and all that stuff. So he takes the mantle of emperor, right?
That sounds like a great fucking book.
I know.
Great story. Are you kidding me?
And then there was a scene in the book, because I read this fucking book. It was a great book. So here's Luke standing right there, and then they're getting attacked. All right. So I think it was the Death Star is getting attacked, and Luke's just standing in front of the window, and then here comes this ship flying by, attacking the ship. Luke grabs it with the Force, crushes it, and then throws it. That dude died.
That sounds like something.
That dude evaporated.
No.
Is that the dude you're telling me right now? He evaporated.
The books
in
can't
air?
be obviously the books can't be canon to the movies. Even
Well,
though-
not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, Disney said the books aren't canon.
But man,
and the games.
Yeah, that Luke passing away does not make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Because that would not have happened.
Yeah. Or you spent the entire movie finding Luke, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's gonna find Luke." Finally, you give him his lightsaber, and he goes, "No, fuck that." It's like, how does that make sense?
You had him his lightsaber. Oh, that the scene that took 5 minutes at the end of The Force Awakens, and then he's just trying to like, "My name is Jeff."
Yeah, right.
And
Like,
I know.
He looks at her like, "Who the hell are you?" "Oh, my lightsaber."
I don't know Luke.
That. It's like, what are we doing? Whatever. I don't want to get into it. But it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. But I remember because I was strolling through Disney Plus the other day, and I discovered that they had this. So I want to say we got it at like a Kmart, but I remember at one point in my youth, we had gotten a Star Wars cartoon on VHS. I didn't realize that it was a series, right? And there's a couple series. There's ones about droids, but the ones we got were about the Ewoks. And for some reason, instead of choosing the droids one, I chose the Ewoks one. But look, guys, look at the cartoon because it looks terrifying. the cartoon.
Some George Lucas stuff was not
It
perfect.
looks terrifying.
Like the Christmas episode, you know.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't. There's. I
We don't talk
mean,
about Bruno.
at the end of the day, it was great because it wasn't weird, this weird story where a lot of bureaucracy went into, you know, how we do certain things. We got enough representation and this and that. No, he just wanted to make a good story. Didn't
Mm.
matter who the fuck was in it. He just wanted to entertain people. And there was a lot of times where, and the reason why he got rid of it is because Star Wars fans were just so unforgiving by the end. And he was
Yeah,
just ready to be done with it. I think he was still getting a lot of backlash from episode 1, 2, and 3, which was, by the way, just the older crowd. It wasn't us. We loved 1, 2, and 3.
that's fair.
But and then he got a lot of hate because he released this Blu-ray version where he added a bunch of weird CGI shit into the. But at the end of the day, it was his. It was his baby. He
Yeah,
could do whatever the fuck he wants to do with it. Doesn't
also
matter.
fair.
But it just. I wish George Lucas would just, I don't know, at least be evolved in some way. It's just getting out of hand, and then they're going to sign on for 3 more, and Ray is the most boring character to watch. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Just watch the shows. The shows are great.
Well, let me ask you this: never made it as a wise man.
Shut up.
I've just been saying
All
that
right,
at work.
let's read some. Am I the asshole? All
Okay,
right?
if you
Let's do
want
it.
to.
Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my niece while my sister goes on vacation?
Maybe.
My sister is going on vacation for a week soon
Okay.
and isn't taking her 2-year-old daughter, Elise, with her. My sister still lives at home with me and our parents, and normally they would be the ones who to look after Elise when my sister is out, but
Okay.
they're working the week, and that she'll be away. Uh, they aren't an option during the day. Okay, people write weird online. My mother came up to me recently and asked how I would feel about looking after Elise for the week during the day
I had
until
a
they
feeling that
arrive
the
home
grandparents
from work.
would be the ones asking her.
And I told her I wouldn't want to because I have no idea how to look after a toddler, and I don't want to be with her for that length of time. She said that was okay and didn't mention anything about that. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
She must have told my sister because pretty much she stormed into my room and asked me why I don't want to look after Elise. I told her the same thing I told my mother, and she started trying to make me feel bad
Oh, come on, man.
or something by asking me why I wouldn't want to spend time with my niece if I love her and stuff like that.
Guilt trip.
Jesus.
That's a great method.
That's disrespectful. I told her I don't care what she says because I wasn't doing it, and she said I'm being selfish and not doing this, and by not doing this, and after she's done for me. After all she's done for me, people, please just go to school. Just go to one class,
Make it easier for us to read it so we can make fun of you
please.
or we can complain about you
Please stay
or
off
judge you.
TikTok. Open a dictionary, something.
I thought you were about to say open an addiction. Start an
Be
addiction.
addicted with drugs. I don't know.
You can read better.
And that she's stuck for babysitting now because of me. I just told her she should have thought about that before she decided to book a vacation, and she left. Not the asshole.
No, not the asshole. I think that she should
It's
have
not your
definitely.
responsibility. It's not your
She
job.
should have asked or made sure that she had a babysitter before she even planned the vacation, before she bought tickets
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And if she couldn't find a babysitter, and if you're not willing to watch over the child, and again, I think the sister has the writer has every right to say no, especially if she feels uncomfortable watching a child for days, a
Right.
week.
Right.
Not the asshole.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
the asshole. I'm assuming they're probably a teenager too. I'm like, why would let the
No.
teenager be a
Oh yeah,
kid, man?
that's what I was gonna
Let
say.
them go do kid stuff, man. Why the fuck are you babysitting your kid, man? You're the one that wanted to have a fucking kid and still live at home.
Well, but if you couldn't find someone to babysit for you, guess what? If you're still going on that vacation, take that kid. If not, why aren't you talking to the dad?
Get a refund.
There might
Don't
be an
need to go.
issue there. I have a feeling that there's probably a, but yeah, then you should take the kid with you,
Yeah,
and don't guilt trip.
You could take a
the
2-year-old on vacation.
don't yeah, exactly. You can don't try to guilt trip your sister. Like if you
Yeah,
love them,
it don't make
love
no
her,
damn
you would do
sense.
it. I don't play with that shit.
No.
If I didn't do anything and you try to guilt trip me, I definitely do not care.
Didn't you guys? I think you guys asked me to take care of Phoebe once, didn't you?
I have a picture saved on my phone. It was a will that we made on a scrap piece of paper that says if we die, Mike gets Phoebe, our dog.
I'll take it in your guys' memory. I will take Phoebe. I do love Phoebe.
Good, because I don't.
Um, oh jeez,
I do. I do. It's a love hate
I
thing.
love Phoebe. It's a tough relationship.
I hate that I love her.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friends I make more money than her?
Doesn't matter. Yes, you are instantly the asshole. I don't
Hold
care if
on,
she
there's got
doesn't.
to be
I don't
context.
care if you're Jeffrey Bezos and you are unemployed. Don't say that.
Come on, there's got
Even
to
though
be.
it's really true, don't say it.
I feel like there was a spicy conversation. I hope there was. 25 male, of course, am married to my wife, Sasha, 28 female. Oh, all right. He likes the cougars.
Grave robber.
She comes from a pretty wealthy background, while I decidedly do not. My dad left when I was born, and my mom died when I was 11. Very sorry to hear that.
Well, that's about to
I've
change.
mostly, yeah, probably. I've mostly gotten over it as much as I can get over something like that. However, I'm still sensitive on any so-called jokes on that. Understandable.
Yeah.
I graduated summa cum laude.
Hey,
Oh,
good
damn!
job.
And what, bro? There's one of our staff members who's
Mhm.
about to be promoted to assistant before he goes to Michigan State. Great for him. He had 10 accolades. He had fucking 10.
10.
Yeah, he's like, oh, here, somebody showed me his accolades. He's got summa cum laude. He's got
Ooh.
all, like, he's got all.
I graduated with
I go,
honors
I
in
go,
Mississippi, and I was in the marching band,
heyo,
state 2 years in a row,
heyo.
and Yaz band.
Um, anyways,
Stupid.
my wife is a lawyer. Now, I love my wife, and she loves me, obviously,
Good.
but her family hates me.
Well-
Like, from the depths of their souls, hates me. I wonder
Ooh.
why. I've been called a gold digger. Oh, never mind then. Maybe I'm on your side. I've been called a gold digger, a lowlife, and few more vague insults on my table manners. They need to understand that he's from like,
He never made it as a wise man.
yeah, he's probably from like lower middle class. I mean, he's probably not going to have the same.
He doesn't know how to use the 17 forks and the 14 spoons.
Can I get a crab fork?
Can I get a Krabby Patty?
Jesus, is that the salad fork? Loser. I
Is
went
that
to
the anal knife?
Jesus, the toe spoon. I went to a party with her the other day, and one of those fancy schmancy things where everyone drinks champagne. He says it with like
Everyone drinks champagne.
and complains about this and this, that, and the other. Ooh, snobby people. Ooh, I love if I bring like a friend and we're just poking fun at people who just like.
I know he
this
does it to me all the
douchebag.
time.
No. Talking about, we spent so much money on reservations.
We
guys.
spent so much money on the caviar.
And I got the usual mild comments from my wife's family and close friends on where my wife picked me up from. Dude, you're starting to win me over, bro.
Yeah, you're starting to.
You're getting me there, bro. All right, that's funny. Lacey, I don't think, knew about my family history before. We were talking about dads. Don't ask me why I got a question on what my dad did. I said, I don't know. Never met the guy. Lacey made the kind of exaggerated gasp and went, oh, well, we all know why you're with her, my wife, then don't we?
Because she has a dad and you didn't?
Rub that shit in their faces, motherfucker. I acted all confused and she got flustered and kept going, well, my wife tried to move the conversation along, but by this point, I wasn't letting it go.
Yep.
Good. I kept pushing and pushing until Lacey finally said, well, you two don't exactly have the same finances, do you? And then responded with, you're right. I make quite some more.
Quite the more.
Lacey, by that point, was too embarrassed to keep going. I kind of ruined the vibe,
Don't care.
but the night continued.
Don't care.
This isn't that kind of event you walk away from. We went home, which was when shit genuinely went down. She told me it was crazy of me to keep pushing on the point and turn one comment into one of them, those most embarrassing moments of her life. And now everyone in her circle must think she's some kind of failure to earn so much less than her husband, and I'd ruined everything.
I don't
But
like that.
it's not like I lied. I'm just tired of being treated like shit in her circle.
He stood up for himself.
Exactly. My wife is upset though, and I don't care about her. So, and I do care about her. So I need to know I'm the asshole. But she's perfectly fine letting everyone in her life think you were a failure that lives off her. Yeah, that's a good point.
Good point.
She didn't chime in and correct anybody. That's a good
Or
point.
at least not from what we're hearing.
Fucking bitch.
So, wow. I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Not.
He won us over. I mean,
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to.
He stood up for himself. Well, as soon as he mentioned that her family came from a high end and his did not, and he had lost his parents. Did he say both parents or just his dad?
Lost his mom when he was 11. She
Uh-huh.
died and never met his father.
Okay, so yeah, so doesn't have parents, so
Yeah.
and pretty much had to build up from the bottom. So
he's successful now.
yeah, so
Good for you.
I mean, the only thing is he should have maybe worded it differently. But then again, I mean, I think it is funny that he kept on jabbing to like, no, I want to hear you say it.
Absolutely.
Because I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have been in that situation, but I would have done the same thing.
Dude, the same thing. I go, you know what? This is what you do next time. When you guys go out and you have a big family dinner or something, pay for the whole thing.
Yep.
Just, hey, put it on my platinum. You know, just put it on my.
And then like,
platinum.
hopefully the
and
waiter
then tell them your money's not good here. I got it.
Or hopefully the waiter or waitress be like, oh, that's a heavy card.
Oh, it's a metal one.
Ooh,
those are kind of fancy. But it's
does
like,
this have face recognition on?
yeah.
I just charged it.
And then you go to her parents. Your money's no good here. And then give it.
Well, while you were writing out your check,
Yeah,
I already took care of it.
already took care of it.
Fucking come on here if you want. Come all over me. Don't use that mic.